you got to be careful making fun of the Italians. They don't like it, dude.
Yeah.
They'll put a horse head in your bed or something.
Got that Sicilian revenge.
Yeah.
I make fun of Italians all the time.
I feel like you can get away with it,
I get
dude.
a pass.
Look at us, bro. I'm blonde hair, blue eye. Like, we look
Yeah.
as white could be.
I'm not as Italian.
The both of us, dude.
Yeah.
2 shades of white here, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like the opposite European of Italian, like complete opposite end of the spectrum.
Like, what'd they say?
Yeah.
I don't wear
Definitely
white
piss
beaters.
some people off.
Yeah. I
don't
mean,
care.
I've seen it recently online
Yeah.
on the breaking news. What the one dude call? I don't want to say any names. He said something against Italians or whatever. Call him a Dago or a Wop or something.
Oh, yeah.
Johnson walking across the street
Yeah.
now.
Bleep that name out.
Where are we going?
Some guy online posted a video calling some Italian guy that, and
Oh, yeah.
here in town they were like fighting or something, and man, they came out in full force, dude. I thought the mob,
Yeah.
actual mafia, was. They were like, what?
It's the only time you see the Crips and Bloods get together is to go fight the mafia.
It was
Kind of common enemy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I don't know what the guy. I mean, he's white. I don't know what type of white. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm German and Irish.
I'm such a mix of things. I'm like Polish, German, Irish. I'm sure I got something else in there.
Some other shit in there too. Yeah.
Real American mutt. I love it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, but like, all the Italian people in town really came out in full force, dude. They were like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck did you say?" Like, I will stab you, dude. Like, and I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, bro. I didn't think it was.
Nobody slices the Italians around here, boy.
Yeah.
Slice your fucking stomach and just start stabbing.
Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't think it would get the reaction it did.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you can't joke like that. Well, and he wasn't joking. I guess maybe that's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. He definitely wasn't joking.
Yeah,
It's real Michael
he
Richards
definitely.
metaphor.
Yeah, he definitely meant that. You know?
Yeah.
What he was saying.
He's had some oomph in the O.
Yeah.
Some real extra.
So you just got to be careful, I guess, anymore.
I don't know, dude. I try and stay away from it as much as possible in general.
You're like the Italians, they'll get it. It was funny though. It was a good watch. I try not to get involved in any of the local drama, but I like to look in on everything.
Yeah.
The only local drama I like is watching Blade across the street from Mario's. Dude, he's my favorite homeless guy. I always feel like he's
Mine
about to
too.
fight someone, and I love it.
Yeah. We talked about him before on here, I think. He's awesome to talk to, too. He's like super nice, but if you fuck with him, he will high kick you. He could kick somebody directly in the forehead, dude. like Liu Kang, I bet.
Dude, it was a couple weeks ago. He was motherfucking someone on the phone, but I didn't realize he was talking on the phone. I just turned around and he was like looking at me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, what did I do? And I'm like sitting there like shaking, all scared, and he's like, what are you looking at, motherfucker? And then he like returned back to the phone call, and I was like, not you, man, not you. I was like, I like watching you usually, but not like this.
Yeah. Sorry, man. I'm sorry.
My other favorite time is you ever seen the one kid who goes down to Casey's and Mario's occasionally, but he always is like freaking out on people.
Whoa, who?
Dude, he's like a skinny white kid just constantly freaking out on people.
They call him EBT. The one
maybe.
with they say he bought the hat with his EBT.
Possibly,
EBT
yeah.
hat.
I say he looks like Squints from Sandlot. And
I think I know what you're talking about.
yeah, dude, the one time he almost got into a fight with Blade, I was like all there for it. We were all just sitting there with like popcorn waiting for it to happen.
Oh, man, was he the one that got kicked out of? Was it Mario's or something?
Yeah, he almost got in a fight with like the security guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was him. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Dude, I just think he's such a riot because of all of this.
Yeah.
The fact he's trying to fight homeless people and security
Yeah,
guards.
we were
I
all
love it.
roasting him that night at Casey's. Wasn't
Yeah, yeah,
everybody
yeah.
roasting him?
Yeah.
That's where they called him EBT hat.
Everybody said he just had to make a comment. And he
Yeah.
was just, I will say this, like, he was trying to be funny. Like, he was trying to just add to the comedy. He wasn't trying to, like, be a dick or anything.
Yeah.
It just, at some point, you're like, all right, shut up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squints. Like, you just, like, you gotta make fun of him at some point.
Yeah. He took all the roasts well, though. I had him a couple
Maybe not
times.
Mario's, but.
I got one. I got one in the chamber for him, though. I do, actually.
I kind of want to know what it is, but I want to see it in the moment. I want to see the surprise.
Yeah,
of
it'll
it.
be better. It'll be better live if he ever does it again.
Dude, I see him every Wednesday and Sunday. He doesn't always go in, but I always see him.
You know what? I did see him recently, but he didn't go in.
He was just at Casey's, but I think he like wasn't wearing a shirt, so they're like, "Get the fuck out!"
Yeah. Yeah. The one dude was like, you're becoming a staple down here, right? Everybody knows who you are down here. Like, not in a good way. Or something like that. I was dying.
Dude, I can't remember his name, but I used to do like light security for the apartments up in Slippery Rock, and there was like a legend of this guy who just walked around with a samurai sword. That was like how he got a legend. He would just get drunk and walk around the
Hell yeah,
apartment
dude.
lot with a samurai sword.
That's dope as shit, dude. I have one in the trunk of my car.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, in the back of my Jeep.
That's your
dude.
defense mechanism.
Yeah, man.
Fuck
Could you
yes.
imagine? I mean, like, if somebody had a gun.
He's carrying.
Yeah. Yeah. If somebody had a gun, I'd probably be fucked. Or, like, I don't know, dude. Just think about somebody running at you with a sword.
I'm not gonna lie, that would scare the shit out of me. Even if I did have a gun, I think at
Yeah.
that point I'd just be like,
That happened to me before. Somebody attempted murder on me with a sword one time.
shit.
Yeah.
What kind of sword?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was
Was it a
def.
bastard sword?
I was expecting like the German longsword. It was
Yeah.
Chris Creed, but that's trying to kill
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of sword it was.
Was it of Asian descent, would you say? Or is it
I
more
didn't
of
get
like
a good look at it. It was night. It was at night.
It was that night.
Yeah. I only really saw it when he threw it at my neck.
That's pretty crazy.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
This same dude just went to jail for. I don't mean to laugh at that, but murder and.
No, that is fucking hilarious. You were almost one of them. That's funny.
Yeah, yeah. He finally got caught.
Yeah, man, he was nuts, dude.
The only like time I've ever had like a close to murder situation is I was delivering pizzas, and this guy opened the. Not, I guess he didn't open the door. I got out of my car and was just like walking towards the door, and next thing I know, I had a shotgun pointed to my face.
Oh
shit.
He's like, "Who the fuck are you?" I was like, "I don't know if you realize this, man, but I'm your pizza guy. I got food in my hand. Like, I'm trying to give you food." He's like, "I didn't order pizza." I was like, well, "Someone fucking did."
Yeah.
His wife came out like screaming, "Put the gun away!" So as
She
soon as he put the
ordered
gun
the
away, of
pizza.
course, I started motherfucking him. I was like, "Now you aren't so tough with your gun, now you old fuck."
Where was that at?
In Butler.
Oh man, where at in Butler?
Funny enough, Meridian, which is supposed to be like the nicest part of Butler.
Damn, dude, you found the meth ones.
Yeah, dude. It's funny. He like called our
He's
like
tweaking.
he called our boss to like try and apologize and be like, "Hey, like this happened." My boss started motherfucking him too. He's like, "You ever call here again, I'll come beat the fuck out of you."
Did they tip you well at least?
No.
What?
Dude, I didn't stay for a tip. I literally like threw the pizza on their porch and was like, "Fuck you, you piece of shit." As soon as he put the gun
Yeah.
away, I became real ballsy.
Yeah. Here's your fucking breadsticks, you piece of shit.
I started like pissing on his property.
Yeah.
They pulled
That's
the gun out
fucking-
away and I just quickly ran.
Yo, that is.
Yeah, that's definitely what I would do.
Yeah, dude,
Okay.
I was just more like surprised. I'm like, dude, like you don't see the big pizza bag in my fucking hand. Like, what do you
Yeah.
think I'm trying to do? Like, come strangle you guys with
What
some
pizza
fucking
shop was it?
El Pizza Plus.
Well, still, like you're just carrying food. You're like, what do you mean, dude?
Yeah, like I'm walking
Yeah.
like this. Like
Yeah.
you don't.
You
see
can
the
see
giant
the
bag.
boxes, bro.
You don't smell
Yeah.
the fucking pepperoni.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Like, sorry, dude. That's
This
crazy.
One thing I always liked about, because I used to DoorDash, and I liked that I never had to deal with people, because I don't think I could do it.
Oh yeah, you
See,
just drop it on their porch and run, dude.
Yeah.
I like
Dash.
stopped doing delivery rate as like DoorDash was becoming like big. I was delivering for Panera when I went to school in Pittsburgh, and for one, that just sucked. I'm not gonna lie, that was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hated delivery in Pittsburgh. I hate driving in Pittsburgh that much.
I think that's fair.
But we actually had to contact the customers, and then DoorDash started taking over, and I found out that was a thing. I was like, oh, that sounds fun, but never pursued it. Just kind of
Yeah.
stuck with working in Panera.
Driving around Pittsburgh does suck.
Dude, there's just so many one ways, and so much road work just pops up for no fucking
Yeah,
reason.
man.
Yeah.
You're like, you have bridges falling, but you're gonna fix a pothole that everyone knows to avoid now. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is crazy.
You did a lot of door dashing down there, didn't you?
I wouldn't say a lot, but there was a stretch of time where I was down there quite a bit, yeah.
And it sucked.
Oh, it was the worst. It really was. The fucking... especially when, like, during rush hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
get fucking stuck. Or
Yeah.
you get in the wrong lane, you can't fucking get over.
no,
Yeah.
the worst was like the Sunday afternoon traffics for like whenever football was going on. Oh, that sucked. Like right before the games or something, when everyone's trying to get to the stadium.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucked so much.
Yeah, and I was so used to, like, doing it around here to where I would see an order for 7 miles. But like, oh, cool. That's a half an hour order right there.
Yeah.
But down there, 7 miles, you're driving for, like, an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I was
Yeah.
gonna say that was kind of like there is like a silver lining to that though, is because like I lived right by the Panera, so I'd always like swing back every couple hours and just do a couple dabs and get like really fucking high. And then they'd get back to work and they had trackers on us, like they used our phone as trackers to be like, hey, like it said you like were sitting over here for a while, like what's going on? And I was like, that's not true, man. I had to
glitch.
drive across
Yeah.
town. Honestly, yeah, and they probably, the manager himself probably knew I was full of shit, but he was like, oh, I can't prove anything, so, oh well.
Yeah. So your fucking tracker sucks, bud.
Yeah.
I was like, it says I'm close here is because I was stuck at that light. I wasn't down in my apartment or anything. I was just stuck at the light.
Fuck you, Panera.
Honestly, yeah, no, I think Panera's one of the worst places ever.
Yeah? How long did you work there for?
Just like a year and a half, nothing too crazy. And my working there has nothing really to do with disliking them.
Yeah.
It was just, dude, I think their food's disgusting.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
bagels are okay. That's about it.
Hospital food.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's a great way to describe
Yeah.
it. Yes.
I like their broccoli cheddar soup, I'm not going to lie.
Okay, I will blame the soups on work. After seeing how they get heated up and whatnot,
Yeah.
I won't eat the soups anymore.
Damn.
It's just large.
How do they heat 'em up?
Just large
Yeah.
bags. They throw in warm water, and dude,
Oh,
just like half the
okay.
time, like the bags are like have holes in them, so like the soup becomes super watery. But they're like they're gonna just still use it. I'm like,
Yeah.
like, where did this disgusting water come
Oh
from?
my God.
Like,
Don't eat
Yeah.
it, fucking Panera. We are not sponsored by Panera bread. We take an active stance against fucking Panera bread. Fuck
Your watery
yeah,
soup.
and your baguettes. Baguettes.
well, I was funny. The only thing I do like from there is their breads, like, 'cause
Yeah.
they're fresh made. Like
Yeah.
I was also really cool with all the bakers, so they'd like hook me up with like an extra cookie or something. So they were fucking what's up. But
Yeah, all right. So the soup makers suck. The bakers rule.
plus the bagels are just like the right size for me, if you know what I mean. Like, it's like a cock ring.
Yeah. That's sexy, dude.
Dude, the bagels are sexy.
Their breads are really good, I have to say.
I don't even ever think I've actually had their food.
I always got their, what is it, the chicken chipotle avocado or some shit.
How
How do they make that? Do they fucking just
It's all just packaged meats that you heat up
shit
and then
right out of a horse's ass or something?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Except it's a donkey, not a horse. They couldn't afford the horse apparently, but
Who can afford whores?
not me, unfortunately. I have to get them the old-fashioned way, bribery.
I got candy in my car. Yeah, you know, I can picture that not being well made. I know I'll eat it, but
Well, and then just also think about it, like, it's just like people who hate their jobs back there, they're not making you the best food they want to make.
that's true.
It's not like they're like
Yeah.
a chef who like is like, this is
Yeah.
the God's gift creation.
Yeah.
If anything, that was the baker's. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
everyone else who's assembling the sandwiches are like, I fucking hate this job. Fuck Panera. Fuck this customer. And it's just getting thrown around. Like, it's not actually getting made properly.
Yeah, you get that a lot at restaurants. I always took pride in my cooking because I just didn't want people to eat garbage. You know what I mean? Like, I made that.
I did not, dude.
But I definitely
I was
saw
not a good cook.
most people really didn't care, you know?
It's not that I didn't care. I tried. But,
Yeah.
like, I also wanted to be fast because, like, people are always yelling at you.
Yeah, with
And I'm
you
like,
it was a little
"Fuck."
different, though, because you worked at, like, are you talking about when you worked at McDonald's?
I worked at Bob Evans,
Oh,
and
okay.
I think it was,
You,
I forget
you
what it
cooked
was
at
called.
Bob Evans?
yeah,
Oh,
a little bit. And then down in Florida, maybe a Perkins
Okay.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice used to come into it, though. He was a bad tipper.
I actually could believe
Believe it or not.
I actually could believe that one.
Yeah, he's a bad
Yeah.
tipper. Nobody liked waiting on him.
He seems like
At
he'd
the
be a bad
restaurant, yeah.
dinner guest,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you will.
Yeah, he's a
Uh,
piece of shit. But yeah, I cooked there, and I hated it. I love being prep. Just let me cut the melons and shit.
Oh, it was the
Just-
worst. I hated it. I'd never ever want to go back
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah,
Ever.
but prep was cool. I'd sit there and cut melons and eat them while I cut
Prepping
them.
was the best, dude. You
Yeah.
just chill. And
Yeah.
if you're working with other people, you bullshit while you did it.
Yeah,
and
man.
like we used to at Starwood, we would watch football while we prepped. You
Yeah,
know, it
man.
was fucking
That was the best.
See, I didn't mind any of that stuff at the pizza shop. And maybe part of that was just the people. I like the people more.
yeah.
But they're like when you said you're like, oh, I actually put heart in making it. Like, oh, dude, every time I'd like spread out that dough or something, I was like, oh, like this actually feels more like, oh, like I'm making it at home. It felt more homemade. Panera,
Yeah.
it was just all such like everything was just bags. I was like,
Yeah.
like it felt very much like I did not care about any. Of
Yeah,
this.
no, I would see that. Most of the places I worked for were smaller restaurants where I was like a manager or something.
Okay.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that's a lot different,
It was
for
all
sure.
on me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Put your heart and soul into it. You spread it just like
I want-
Seth Queen, dude.
Yeah.
Just spread them cheeks and fucking.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. You knew exactly what I meant. I'm
Spread
talking about
that-
kneading the dough. I'm talking about just
Yeah, dude.
Push
spread
those
that
ass cheeks
dough like you're
apart.
spreading some cheeks.
get my tongue in there a little bit.
That's love.
That's something, all right.
Just like Mama used to make, dude.
Oh, goddamn. You had your mom's ass too? Goddamn. No, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I do like cooking though. Like I'll cook at home and stuff, and I put so much care into that. I actually played it like a chef. I'm like, oh, I'm making it for myself. It's got to
Wow.
be fancy.
Yeah, when I'm cooking at home, I don't really worry about
Yeah, dude. I
it as much.
made some fucking a cup of soup today that I just put up my heart and soul into putting into the microwave. No, I don't cook much. I don't like to cook. I mean, I obviously do a little bit. I have to live, but you know.
You
I
cooked
don't-
me some bomb tortellini that one night after the podcast.
Yeah.
He was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna put a bunch of spices in this can of sauce and
No.
cook some tortellini and see what happens. And it
the
was
best way
good.
to-
Yeah.
That's
No, I
honestly the best
kind
way
of
to
knew
cook.
what to do with that though. Like I've watched like how to like actually do that, but I've never done it, and I was like, I'm just gonna go for it. And
Well, that to me is the best way to cook it. Like, I like to have maybe a general idea of a recipe. Like, give me what the ingredients are, and then I'll just put it together from there. Like,
Yeah.
I know enough about how to actually cook things.
Yeah.
I can figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
but to me, that's what makes it more fun, and what's what makes it like that homemade flavor. It doesn't taste standardized or anything.
Yeah.
I feel like boiling pasta isn't exactly cooking now.
Oh, I thought
Same
you were
with making
handling the
sauce.
tortellinis. What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah. I'm just like fucking.
Yeah, in the middle
Just
of the
hand,
podcast.
fucking my hand.
Yeah.
I got arthritis from it. Just fucking.
Actually, the whole middle of the podcast, you've been needing like
Yeah.
the go for it. You're like, what the fuck you doing?
I'm
Don't
making
worry about it.
tortellinis for after, guys.
Meemaw Blake
Yeah.
What was it about this Italians then?
in her
Fuck 'em.
kitchen.
I have most of the women I've dated were Italian, so actually,
I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah.
I don't really know if I know the lineage of most of the people I've dated.
Huh?
It's weird. I don't know if I know the lineage of most of the people I date. I think I know more about them about the hookups than I do with the
Most of my
people I
like
dated.
I'll say long-term relationships have been, you know,
The
it's
only-
just the Irish working with the mob, baby. Just it's what we do sometimes. Just-
the only
they boss us around.
The only one I actually do know is from Germany, and the only reason why I know that is because her grandmother or great grandmother was still alive, and they spoke German. Like they didn't speak English; it
Yeah.
was just German. It's
Yeah.
the only reason I know it.
Oh, so you know some German?
No, I just know because like I met her and they're like, oh, she doesn't speak English.
I know simple things like seek help. No, I'm just. No.
I did take German in high school, and I took it for one like full year. You're not gonna learn shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. We had an intro to language where we covered like I think like 3 months of German, 3 months of like something else. And they say it's the easiest though to learn other than
German was pretty simple. It wasn't like a hard language.
yeah.
And honestly, as far as like grammar, it made more sense than English, and like how all that
Yeah,
stuff works.
English is really weird.
It is. Yeah.
But it's they like I like after trying a college course, I really think all like high school languages is a joke, because
Oh,
I've
yeah.
talked to multiple people and from different language courses, and they're like, yeah, like everything we learned in 4 years was covered the first 4 weeks of the course. Like oh, so you like that's a waste of 4 years in my book. Like what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Just move
Yeah.
move to Putacana or something.
Yeah.
Fucking live amongst the natives.
Immerse
Learn
yourself
it.
in it. Honestly, that's the
Yeah.
best way to do it.
Yeah.
It probably is, to be honest.
That's how they do it in the military. I was gonna, when I joined the Air Force, they wanted me to take the test for cryptography,
yeah.
and that's how they do it. Is they basically the school is they just literally throw you in it
Yeah.
and just start speaking the language to you, and you have to catch up.
Yeah.
And it's intense, and like 90%
Sure it is.
of the people who take it end up dropping out. Like
Oh,
it's
shit.
insane, dude.
Damn.
I ended up taking the test for it down at MEPS, and bro, like you have like 15 minutes to learn a made up language that they just made up for the test.
What?
Yeah, and my brain started melting when I took that fucking thing. I was like, yeah, you know what? I don't want to do this at all.
That's crazy. In 15 minutes, how many?
I don't remember exactly how long the test actually was,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was a short time.
To learn. So
Yeah, there's
how
just
much were you
multiple
supposed to
choice
learn?
questions with this made
Oh
up
my
language.
God.
I think it's wild people make up their own languages. Like, I think that's
Yeah.
insane that someone does that for a test.
Yeah.
And then, so, like, think, like, Tolkien and, like, George R. R. Martin, that's how they made their
Right.
fame, was, like, creating all these worlds and having multiple languages within these
Yes,
worlds.
man.
What the fuck?
Which is
Yeah.
absolutely insane. The lore, like the languages, the backstories. They have backstories for characters that you see barely at all, dude. Like
Yeah.
there's just so much to their lineage and everything else. You're like, what the fuck? What a crazy world you've built.
Well, I think it's insane. I can't remember. I think it was Tolkien was an actual linguist, and I think that's insane that, like,
Yeah.
for one, I think it's insane that's like a job. Like, you had never really thought about that, but that makes sense to have it as a job. But still just wild. And then he goes and just makes his own fucking language, something that gets studied in colleges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
the people who made Klingon for Star Trek. Like, dude, they just
yeah.
like what?
Fucking crazy. It is nuts. Kids do it too. Siblings
Skibbity
and
toilet.
shit. What?
Skibbity toilet.
What do you don't? I don't know what you're
Is
saying.
that a
but
sign for
dude,
Blumpkin?
No, you never heard skibbity toilet?
I don't think so.
Oh, all the kids are saying it nowadays. I don't know exactly what it means, but
It does sound like a Blumpkin.
A
Something-
Blumpkin or like a sign to like, hey, let's go do blow in the bathroom right now.
something about a head
Yeah.
from Half-Life in a toilet or something.
The game Half-Life.
Yeah.
I've never played it.
I'm gonna say I'm not a game guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I try, dude, and I love the idea of it more than actually playing it. I can only play for like 15 minutes before my mind's like, let's go do something else.
Yeah.
And it sucks because like I used to love Grand Theft Auto, and then like at some point just like nope, can't play it anymore.
Yeah.
Used to love FIFA. Nope, can't play it anymore. Like it just my mind does not want to sit there and play.
Yeah.
It helps me turn my mind off sometimes whenever I want to, but lately, I mean, I've been going like days at a time, and I used to play at least for a little bit every day, even if it was like before bed or something. And
See, that for me, that's movies and books.
Yeah.
You love movies, big movie guy, but honestly, even lately, I haven't had time for that. So I've been doing a lot of audiobooks or even reading actual books just because you can take them with you.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
big on audiobooks for a
I
while.
love audiobooks.
I'm like a little
It's my
hating
favorite way to-
audiobooks right now. I've been watching House of Dragons, which, quite frankly, not that invested in, but
Yeah.
invested enough in to keep watching it.
Yeah, I
like House
I
of
watched the
Dragons.
first season with my girlfriend, and then we were watching the second one, and I tapped out.
Really?
It lost me.
Interesting.
Oh, no.
Interesting, because I thought second season was so much better than first. But reading the Game of Thrones books ruined the whole fucking series for me. Told
The
me exactly
books.
what's going to happen. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, the books were so good though.
They
I
are
read the
so
books.
good.
Yeah, I read the books. I'll read sometimes, but I haven't in a while.
I just finished the third one. It was really good.
It's hard for me to keep concentration reading. That's why I like the audiobooks.
Yeah, it's hard for me. I wouldn't say necessarily concentrate. I'm just a slow ass reader. So like, dude, I'll read like 15 pages and it's been like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I'm so
Yeah.
slow. It'll take me forever to get through
Yeah.
a book. But
Yeah, I do reread a lot.
Yeah, I reread is the thing.
I like audio for that reason. It sticks the first. Well, a book is never gonna stick the first time, no matter what. But it seems like it sticks more when it's
yeah.
audio.
see,
But
my
I
problem with
do
the
like
audiobooks
reading
is sometimes
them.
like it will get like there'll be a lull in the story where it gets like a little boring, and I'll just completely
Yeah.
zone out for like 45 minutes and
That's
be like,
fair.
Oh, dude, what the fuck
Yeah.
just happened in like this
I've
whole
never
time?
I
I've
do that
never
with
really
podcasts,
listened to
too.
fiction.
Yeah, I don't listen
So
to
that's
fiction
probably
either.
different.
If I'm gonna have anything fiction, I guess I
Yeah.
actually read it.
See, it's anything for me. I'll nonfiction, fiction,
Yeah.
realistic fiction, fantasy fiction, science fiction. I love all of it.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
any as long as it's something good that can capture my attention, or for audiobooks as long as the reader's good.
Yeah.
Dude, I've
Yeah.
read some really good science, or listened to some really good science books. I've listened to some really good fiction books.
Yeah.
But I've also had some really bad science books and really bad fiction books because the reader is just the most boring fucking person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to listen to them more because I'm very intrigued by the idea of doing a narrative podcast.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because I would, like I was telling you before the podcast, I'd like to make more stuff, and like a TV show is one of those things. Like
Okay,
I would,
fuck yeah.
I would love to make a fucking TV show.
Yeah. We could make it sexy, dude.
But a good way to start off with that would be to do, I feel, a narrative podcast. It's kind of unexplored, I think.
I feel like the closest thing was Midnight Gospel, but even that, like, I feel like it wasn't quite like
Yeah.
a narrative. It just had like a loose thread, if you will.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I would want to do it so there's It almost sounds like a TV show, but you
Yeah.
know,
Well, like
I
an old radio show.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah. I'll probably need a narrator. I'm thinking.
Morgan Freeman, dude.
Yeah,
Now, would you have like a
I might have to narrate it.
would you
for
have like a
now.
cast though for like certain like aspects of it, or just like
Yeah.
have like one narrator do the whole thing?
I would like to have a cast play parts in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be audio only?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Radio shows used to be like more of a thing. Obviously, now radio is like a dead thing now. But
We could be like Teddy Roosevelt, dude.
Yeah.
I love like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and then Douglas Adams, who wrote that, had another one. I listened to those old radio shows on repeat just because they're
Yeah.
fun. If you
Yeah.
if you can create that visual for the person, that's awesome. So I imagine, like
Yeah.
you said, it hasn't been really explored in the podcast area. I'd love to
Yeah.
see that.
I pitched an idea for a show.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was for. It was a narrative podcast.
Oh, okay.
To Audible.
Oh fuck yeah!
If they pick you, they'll give you $10,000 to produce the pilot. They'll help you find actors and writers.
No
and-
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Are you allowed to like tell us like what the like idea is, or
It's
me, Balake, from yet another podcast. Just wanted to let you guys know we're proudly brought to you by the meatiest of guys, Meat Guys. Are you tired of having subpar meats in your mouth? You know that supermarket meat full of glue, dye, God knows what else? Well, drive your ass up to West State Street and look no further than Meat Guys, the #1 source of quality meat in all of Lawrence County. With premier selections of everything to beef and chicken, pork and lamb, these guys will do you right and fill you all with whatever meat you desire. Hell, they might even be able to get you some ostrich if you ask enough. Use the promo code MEATYAPPERS for 10% off your order. And tell them Blake and Anthony sent you. Meat Guys, West State Street, Newcastle. If you're driving towards Walmart, you absolutely cannot miss it. Or find them online at meatguys.com. That's MEATGUYZ.com. Or Facebook.com, Meat Guys with a Z.
I would say it's kind of hard to explain, but it's basically, I would call it a dark comedy / drama
all right, fuck yeah.
about me
Yeah.
trying to start a nonprofit in this town, and the shit show that the whole thing turned into. I think there's a lot of potential for
Yeah.
really funny and interesting stories out of that.
Characters.
Does
Yeah.
like that actually happen at all?
Everything.
Did you try and start a nonprofit
Yeah,
here?
yeah. Oh, it's 100% true story.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's really funny. Fuck yeah.
yeah. I thought I was gonna change the world, and I did not. And so I'm gonna make fun of myself for it.
That's funny. I think everybody has that like idea like, oh, we're gonna change the world, and we all have like different ways of doing it.
Yeah.
Like my original idea was like, oh, I'm gonna like get into the world of science and like create something cool in medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got through it. I'm like, I fucking hate every part of this.
Yeah.
So now you want nothing to do with it?
No, well, I should be. I. It's not that I love like the actual creating part. Like I love doing all the engineering part. It's all the red tape and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, every job has that. It's just like depends what degree do you want to deal with it, and like to do like the research and like the creating stuff. It's so much like FDA bullshit, and you
Yeah.
get placed on so many different restrictions. It really sucks.
What's your degree in?
Bioengineering. So like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so technically I did like all this like soft cell research and all this like
You were trying to make X-Men, and they were like, listen, buddy, you got to be careful, dude. We can't be turning people into mutants.
I was trying to do more like the Dr. Moreau thing and just like
Yeah.
combine humans and animals.
Yeah.
But I was trying to take a different approach. We had a couple primates in the labs. I had a couple lonely people. I was trying to get them together. You know how it is.
Yeah, it's sexy.
Lab did not like it.
You know, sexy beasts.
But no, I mean, if I could, I would go back to that because again, I like the actual like building stuff, and that's why I like comedy so much, as we've talked about like 3 times tonight. Like I just love that problem solving. I love putting things together.
Yeah,
Again, it's just
figuring it
it's
out.
hard. It plus doing it without like a person backing you like labs do. It's expensive. It's like almost impossible to do.
Yeah. So what do you think about like so did you ever do any or look into like the gene splicing thing that they're doing and how people were like getting those CRISPR things and like the fucking through like eBay?
Really?
Yeah, dude. You could go online right now and fucking get a CRISPR kit, and splice whatever the fuck you wanted.
That's wild.
I figured this day would come, but I didn't know it actually already happened.
Oh, it's
I
been
didn't
like
know that
this
either.
for years, dude. Can we pull it up?
I actually didn't know that either. When I was going through school and going through like our biology classes and stuff, CRISPR like just became a thing.
Yeah, dude.
And then we actually did talk about it in ethics, and I do think there is like an ethical purpose for it.
Yeah.
But I think it's like anything, it's going to get abused for the wrong things.
Yes. What was the one thing? The guy was like making something like glow in the dark or something, like fucking baby puppies or some shit. I saw like it was like a Vice thing or something, dude.
And like there again, I do think there's some like cool things to it, and obviously like then you get into like cloning a little bit when it comes to genes, and that is its own ethical like problems and bullshit.
Yeah.
But like dude, just like some supervillain guy could get this, and like, couldn't you technically do something like pretty wild with that shit?
Well, and that's the fear with what, like all the AI and stuff. It just any of science, it's a Pandora's box. If you're trying to be a real scientist about it, you're gonna open some doors that eventually lead to death. Like,
I just watched Jurassic Park the other night, man.
Well, they said that they're trying to, but they don't have complete DNA for it. They
Jeff
want
Goldblum
to do that.
explicitly said not to do this.
Well, the whole reason like that movie, it's actually kind of funny. Like that movie is there's a lot of scientific accuracy as well as inaccuracy in it.
Yeah.
But like that is like one of the biggest things, the fact that like we don't have complete DNA sequences, so they start using other things, and that's why I think it's like a toad or something they use, and that's why the velociraptors start multiplying like fucking chickens. Like, dude, they're literally just like everywhere because they can just asexually reproduce.
They're just popping them out left and right.
Or no, sorry, it's not even asexually. They change genders or something.
Yeah,
it's just, but like.
But that's what they
Life
said. That's
finds
what
a way.
I was reading about it the one day, and they were like, "No, we want to do that,
That's just
we just can't right now."
That's just the arrogance of humans, though. Like, what are we gonna do it for? Just to create it and put it in a fucking cage for us to view? Like,
I want them to. They're trying to clone a woolly mammoth, dude.
Why? Like, what's the purpose of that?
That would be cool.
It's cool in theory, but like again, like, what's the purpose of it? I think we're just playing with a fire that's going to burn us back. Whether it's whether it's Jurassic
weird,
Parkway or something, but
So like, here's my theory on the Jurassic Park thing. As long as we don't have swimmers or flyers, we're safe, bro. Just put them on an island, right?
The Jurassic Park.
Anything
I don't think
goes
it's in the movie. I
bad.
think it's in the book. The Velociraptors like sneak on ships and stuff, and they were doing it like well before the events of the movies. Like it was something they could not contain.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like after the first initial couple get on a ship, yes, there's going to be casualties. But I'm saying,
Samuel
as a
L. Jackson
whole,
will die.
as a whole, we should be okay, right? I don't know.
Nah, dude, I think like anything, I think there's, as long as it's proceeded with caution properly, there's going to be like the bad aspect to it, but there would be a good aspect to it too. Like, I'm sure you would learn some really cool things by doing that.
Yeah.
Well, not even just in the sense of like, oh, you'd learn some cool things about the species and what they did. I think you would learn some really cool things about DNA by doing more of this stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, fuck, we already have learned so many cool things about DNA. Don't ask me what, because I don't know. But
Do you think they have them already? If they're
dinosaurs?
some kind of weird fucking.
I'm
thing?
sure they've tried. I'm sure that like if they've already announced that they're working towards that research, I'm sure they've tried, but I don't think it's there
They
yet.
just have
I
some
wanna
fucking
know-
mutant in a cage.
I want to know what kind of hybrids have been made in secret.
Yeah, you know
or
they're
like
doing weird
if they've
shit,
ever
man.
secretly successfully cloned a human.
Oh yeah, no,
or-
that's not even a secret. That's successfully been done. The guy was in prison in China for like a long time. He just got released, I think, like 2 years ago.
I actually do think I remember hearing about that.
It was a
Say that.
real big issue, and everyone thought he got like he just like disappeared. Everyone thought he got like assassinated and just like taken off the map. No, he was like
so
thrown in
where's the
prison.
human he created?
They're just it was a girl. I think they're living in China.
They're just keeping an eye.
I think
on
China.
them. They're like, what? Because like,
Well,
Imagine-
yeah, what do you do? Like it's just.
Imagine cloning like your grandma.
I think I would
That's
say I think they're just
crazy.
treating it like a twin and just kind of casually checking in on it occasionally and just seeing like what happens for research purposes.
he cloned himself.
No, it was a little girl. I think
Okay.
it's I'm a little hazy on it, but that was like another thing. So like while I was doing our ethics class, that was like a big case that was going on and happening.
It is crazy because like, what do? You have like that's also a human
I mean, it's
too, right? Like, I mean, let's get down to it. Would you abort it?
I mean, I've already aborted a couple, so what's one more? But no,
What would Ron DeSantis do?
he'd punch that baby right in the stomach. He'd punch that uterus.
It's crazy.
The whole thing's crazy. I mean, dude, science itself is crazy. The things that like can come. I mean, I've heard you guys talk about on other podcasts. So I hate to tread too much water, but like, dude, AI can be scary. The virus, the biological shit, whether that was biological warfare or not, like we know we can do it. Like that, what we did see happen can happen for that reason. Like it's
Yeah,
such
man.
a scary
Everything
thought.
is really wild right now. I feel like AI.
I'm terrified of AI.
AI.
I'm not. I think there's going to be a rough period. Maybe
Yeah.
I think it's going to ultimately end like Futurama or more like Isaac Asimov, where, dude, yeah, these AI things are there. They are free thinking,
Yeah.
but they're limited. They still are limited to a point that we can control it. And
Yeah.
let me ask you this: like, what's the AI's purpose without us?
Well, that's the question. That's the exact question. I feel like is what is.
It doesn't. It doesn't
I
have a
mean-
purpose without us. So why would it get rid of us?
right
It might.
now.
It might. The one thing I would be concerned about is I think it would dumb us down. Like, if you ever see Wall-E?
But what if that's the next stage of intelligence, and we're just here to build it?
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, but okay, but so like, I guess my thought is like, our purpose as a biological species is to produce and recreate.
Yeah.
AI can't do that. Like it can, but like it can't in the same way. It all just becomes a part of itself. At least in the current like theories of how it works in hive mind stuff. Like it doesn't really have a full like autonomous self, like where it's just going,
Yeah.
hey, I want
Yeah.
to live there. I don't think the way we are writing the codes and stuff, I don't know if it will get to that singular point where it's multiple AIs. Again, I think we're going to have them limited to a point where they're going to be they're going to rely on us. Again, we're going to be their purpose in life. So without that, why would they get rid of us?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the perfect time to get an AI girlfriend. She needs me. Did you see those?
No, I have not.
Yeah, you can get an AI girlfriend to text you and send you nudes and shit all the
Yeah.
time.
Oh my god, I actually did kind of know about that, and that's really funny. I think those programs are being programmed now for that, but like when they first got started, like all these chat rooms and stuff, is basically AI rape. Because they were just like forcefully making AI do this sexual shit.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty crazy. I've seen it a couple times. I've seen the comments under the things too, where people being like, "This is great," and I'm like, first off, bro, you shouldn't be saying that on here. People are looking at you like, "What do you mean? This? You have an AI girlfriend? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
What are you gonna meet her one day?"
Yeah.
That was like 13-year-old me trying to talk on AIM Messenger
The smarter child.
to some girl and like Colorado or something.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Age, sex, location. Yeah, let's start a relationship, and I'll definitely see you in Colorado even if I'm 13. Like, come on, dude.
Dude, that was the first time I got on the internet when I was like 7. I got into an AOL chat room and I was talking to, I don't know,
Some guy in an ice cream
Probably.
truck, bro.
their,
Was it me?
their name was something like Bear, and I was like, "Are you a girl, Bear?" I'm guessing Bear.
Anthony's spitting game at 7, dude. He's
Yeah.
like, what's up, Mama Bear?
Yeah. It wasn't. I don't think it was a mama bear though.
How's your porridge tonight? Is it just right?
I had yet to learn the meaning of bear on the internet.
How's this chair feel? This one's a little too hard.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying, dude.
This one's not hard enough.
Yeah.
She got the Anthony. He was like, this one's just right. Yeah, man. AOL chat rooms were wild back in the day.
Yeah.
How many kids you got kidnapped probably from
And
that,
I
dude?
I'm talking about, I was on there in the mid 90s.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
the AOL
gateway
chat room was a
logo,
little bit
dog.
before me. I still have my AOL email though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like my junk email. Anytime I just like want to fake sign up or something, that's the email I use.
I don't even consider using AOL anymore.
Oh,
Really?
it like is like the worst thing ever. Every now and then I do have to open it because there's like one or two things that like I'll
Yeah.
find like still like caught to it. So
Yeah.
like fuck. I need
Every
to
time
reset
you
the
open it, you
password.
get chlamydia.
Dude, it does make my phone work really slow. So
Yeah.
it is like a phone for sure.
Just fucking a beast climbs out of your phone. That's crazy. Yeah. No. How old are you?
26.
26? All right. Yeah. So I guess that makes sense.
I like the messenger I would have started using was like Facebook. I like
Yeah.
maybe MySpace, but I personally was not a part of MySpace.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I remember it being there, but I didn't use it.
Yeah. I was a
MySpace was the
MySpacer.
time.
Yeah. You had your top 5
Arguably the
friends.
best social network still to date.
Yeah.
One of my favorite
pretty-
things
yeah.
is like I don't have Twitter, but I'll still see like people post the pictures of on Twitter and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And like one was like, oh, we need a social media platform where you can share like the music you like every day. And someone's like, wow,
I have just the thing for you.
Yeah.
Well, he was like, wow, we finally got to a generation of full social media where you forgot a social media platform. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
we're full circle in like that. Like people just now don't know what MySpace is.
You're just trying to make people's top 5 friends list. Dude.
Yeah.
Fucking just.
Yeah.
MySpace was an era for sure. What a great time. It just like taught you how to code and shit too.
Yeah. And then sometimes you have those people that would just layer code on top of code on top of code.
Yeah.
And then your computer would fucking catch on fire trying to load it all.
Going back
Because they would never delete it. They just put more on top of it.
going back to the AI stuff, like that was one of my favorite things. Is like we did it in ethics. I ended up taking a couple philosophy courses for all of it. I would love to try and get into the field of AI. I can't code for shit though. I
Yeah.
seriously, like, I'm the worst coder there possibly is. Going back to languages, I can't fucking learn.
Yeah.
I'm a big computer guy, but every time I've tried to learn how to code, I just can't do it.
Yeah. It's so boring.
Yeah.
So I was even doing like, I started to try to learn Python.
Yeah,
and
I
shit.
know a little bit basic concepts with like Python. I actually am pretty good with like HTML and CSS.
Yeah.
Even a little bit of PHP, but like anything.
PCP.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the best.
but like
LSD.
I'm good with like when I'm making websites, pre-made code, maybe going in and tweaking it a little bit. I can
Yeah.
do that, but like writing it from scratch, go fuck yourself. Dude.
Yeah.
Cannot.
See,
boring,
I
dude.
started building my own like a website portfolio from HTML. I've kind of forgot about it until we were having this conversation. Being honest, it has not been touched in a long time. I have a couple Python projects I try and touch every now and then, but again, dude, I'm just so bad at coding. It makes me not want to do it.
Yeah.
It's like so boring.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, but it's kind of like any problem solving that when you finally get it working or like get what you want, you're like,
yeah.
fuck yes, this is the best feeling ever. But then like just the whole process, you're like, I hate this.
It's
This
probably
sucks.
great if you're on Adderall.
The problem is that before you get to the problem solving part, you have to learn the language.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot of tedious. It's just hard to learn.
Well, kind of like any, like we were just talking about how to learn an actual language. Like,
yeah.
Dude, you got to immerse yourself in that shit. You got to be working with code all the time.
You got to really
be good at
love it.
Yeah.
Like anything else.
Yeah.
As someone who likes to do building stuff, I like to know just a little bit, but I'd rather have someone else just do that part. Someone who actually knows what they're doing. Like, you do that part, I'll do the physical component.
And that's one thing that's good about, that will be probably good about AI, is that pretty soon it's going to be doing a lot of the coding. I feel like, and you're going to be able to just tell it what you want, and it'll be able to. You could already do that to a certain extent. It's not. It's not the greatest yet, but
Yeah. I mean, I'm not actually super scared of AI or anything, personally.
Again, I think there's going to be a couple weird
Yeah,
probably like
I definitely
I'd say,
think things are going to be weird as fuck.
I'd say between 50 to 80 years of weirdness. And I know it sounds like a long time, but in the grand scheme, it's not. I think it's going to ultimately end up as something like you see in Futurama or read in an Isaac Asimov novel. I think it's going to be very... It's going to... I think kind of like a human, right? There, every now and then you get a human that's a little wacky and a nutcase. You're going to have that with AI, but I think the difference is you're saying AI is already coding itself. Like, I think there's going to be a fail-safe in there. Like, I don't think we're ever going to get to the point where we are annihilated by AI. Personally.
Even if some crazy guy makes one?
optimistic. I feel like, personally.
I see
Like
your
a James Bond villain? What if, dude?
Well, then in that case, we'll use our good AI to fight it.
All right.
Good versus
like
evil, baby.
the AI war. Imagine reading that in the history books in 150 years. Remember the old AI wars?
Again, I think the biggest fear I have with them, I think it's going to turn into something more like WALL-E, where they basically make us so useless to a point where we're just blobs. We're
On
not
a ship,
Yeah.
just
We aren't
floating
doing
around
anything.
eating lays. Just
I know. See, I
But
don't
at
think
that-
we're on a ship. I think when we get AI, we'll fix this planet. I think we'll figure it out before we figure out how to travel somewhere else. I just think we're going to get to a point where we are useless, so we aren't going to have a purpose.
what do you think?
So
about
why would they
aliens,
keep us
dude?
around after that? We're just in their way. You know?
What are we in the way of, though? Like, what are ants in the way of us?
We keep farting and stuff, dude, and they just
I mean,
are tired of dealing with it.
I think they're just going to use like
All
the
that
low end
methane.
intelligence to take care of us, and they're just going to keep doing their thing on the higher end. I don't think that. I don't think it's going to be fun for us. I think that part's going to suck just as a whole, but I don't think it's going to be annihilation for us until we are eventually just die out as our.
They're gonna keep us around as sheep to just work and shit, dude. Menial tasks.
Basically, it's just going to be our guidance until our species dies out. They're just going to, I think, just kind of like gently guide us in that direction until we're just done. But that's going to happen naturally, anyways. I don't think they're going to necessarily speed it up. I think they're just going to be like, here, just gently die off in the distance. Just like you want for grandma.
What do you think about aliens?
Oh, they're real.
Have you ever seen one?
No, I fucking wish. And I keep seeing posts that, like, at the Butler rally that there wasn't a UFO, and I'm so interested in it. But at the same point, I've been, like, the last, like, year and a half, I've been trying to take a year off because it's starting to get a little too deep.
A year off of looking into aliens and shit?
Yeah, I took a little break. I think I was going a little too crazy with it.
Oh, yeah?
Dude, I was, like, looking in the sky all the time, like, where the fuck are you? You're coming one of these days. I was getting a little, like, too, like, optimistic for every video post. And I was like, no, okay, you need to take a step out of this realm for a second. Get off Reddit for a little bit.
Get on. I don't know. I get off and on into it. I definitely believe.
Yeah. Well, that's what made me decide that AI was bad, man. I feel like a lot of those UFOs are AI. And it's very, to me, it's possible that all of life, including us on this planet, was just a terraforming project to basically turn the Earth into an AI super general intelligence thing.
Have you ever
Damn,
actually
dude.
read the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Reproduces and then sends more AI things out into the
To do it to other places.
kind of like a mushroom in a way.
Damn.
Have you ever actually read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
No.
So that's like the general idea of what Earth is not that it sends out AI, but it's just like a giant supercomputer. That's all it is.
Well,
Yeah.
so have you ever seen like the screensavers on like the TVs that show like city skylines and shit? At night, it looks like some kind of circuit board
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
It's so again, we were talking about biology and stuff. It's weird how you'll like look at cells, and then you'll look at these like macro pictures of the universe and stuff, and like you see a
Yeah.
lot of similarities, and you're like, wow, this looks like this. This looks
Yeah.
like this. Like this looks like the mitochondria. This looks like the Golgi
Yeah.
like, it's like, dude, it's insane like how just like patterns like that just seem to emerge from all levels of life.
Yeah, we could be like Horton Hears a Who or something.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
Just-
fine. I hope the elephant's not a dick. I hope Horton doesn't kill the Who's.
Yeah, he's just a psychopath. But yeah, shit like that is fascinating. And then I also get into simulation theory a lot too.
I think it's a fun theory. I just don't understand the evidence to it, so to say.
Yeah. It's not like I fully believe it, but like sometimes I'm like, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's fun to play with. But there has been a few people that said that it could be, I guess, possible.
That's another thing I think is almost inevitable. It feels like.
What simulate?
Yeah, I don't like
simulation?
the word simulation though. I think we've talked about this before. Because if you simulate a full-blown universe that works literally exactly the way a universe should in every way, is that a simulation, or did you just create a universe? And maybe that's how universes are actually born.
So
you
you
know?
think it's more just like a chaos thing where like it's just
And there's just constantly universes creating universes on top of universes kind of
Damn.
thing.
how many Spider-Men are there?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I would believe more, I think, about like what you're saying with the universe than the simulation thing. And I would say that to this point, like, I think for us, our simulation is 1 and zeros. Who's to say like what is above us? Their simulation isn't atoms and electrons, and neutrons, and all that. Like, whatever our idea of the simulation, then to the next universe might be just the next form. It might be something else
Yeah.
making that.
That's what we need DMT for. So we can talk to the machine elves.
I don't know. So what about the idea of the aliens being? Because you said about them being artificial intelligence. Do you think what about them being like drones, just for a different?
That's
species?
exactly what I.
Look, that's what you're going with.
So I believe it. There have been enough reports about actual physical aliens that I don't want to dismiss that. You know, I feel like that could be real. But I've also heard theories that the physical aliens are almost like hallucinations, that whatever they actually are almost hack into people's brains and make them see something else, that kind of thing.
What's your guys' favorite like abduction case
I
or
don't
encounter case in general?
What's his name?
what I guess.
Fire in the Sky.
Travis Walton.
Travis Walton.
I just watched that movie for the first time this year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because that's the thing about even as much as I believe in aliens and UFOs and stuff, I don't believe that they abduct people, at least very often.
Yeah.
But that is one case where I feel like it might be real. It's just so bizarre, and there's so many witnesses to it.
I think.
And then Fravor.
Yeah, well, that's different. He wasn't abducted though.
No.
Yeah, but that's a good encounter.
That's the best.
Is it even considered a good encounter anymore? I feel like I've been seeing a lot of pushback on that lately, and
Really?
I'm like kind of out of the community. I feel like I've seen a lot of people like talking shit on Fravor.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
He's the most credible one I've heard come forward.
I mean,
feel
in my
like.
opinion, I would say so,
Yeah.
but what do I fucking know? He could
Yeah.
be blowing smoke up my ass
Yeah.
about all the stuff he
Yeah,
talks
he
about.
could be.
Yeah.
I have no way of verifying anything he
Yeah,
says.
that is absolutely true. But that goes for anybody.
He has
dude.
video of it though, man.
Yeah.
No, what I'm
That's
saying is
the
like when he's
thing.
talking about in the video when he's like explaining like all the stuff about the aircraft and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that like you could be totally blowing smoke up on my ass. I don't know what you're explaining. Like,
Yeah.
like when he talks about the physics part, I'm like, okay, yeah, what you're saying makes sense. But when he talks about like the actual like acoustics of the instruments he's using, I'm like, this you could be totally lying to me on this part.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. But, I mean, there was more than him who saw that. Wasn't it a whole...
Oh yeah, I think he's
Yeah.
real. I think he's
Yeah.
legit.
You think he's just went off a little bit extra on it lately?
No, that's just my mind saying like, oh, like you got to consider that might be a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's how I feel about Bob Lazar.
Yeah,
Is
absolutely.
that I think I've talked to you about this before too, is that I feel like there might be he might have seen something. He might have worked for them for a little bit and seen some things, but not a lot. And he's one of those people who lie to get you to believe the truth.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, so
Where
he goes extra.
You tell the truth and they don't believe you, so you start throwing in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. So
That happens.
Yeah.
And I think that might be what's going on with him.
The one I heard about him that I believed was that he was like a janitor or something for them. Like he didn't see anything himself, but what he did is
Yeah.
he heard everyone what they were talking about.
That makes sense.
He basically compiled it all into what his story is.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing I will
could
say,
see that.
I could see
for
that
sure.
too.
Yeah.
That checks out with.
the only thing though that like makes me credible for him, I think, is just the fact that he gets raided by the FBI. That's the only thing I'm like.
See, that's the part that I don't know if I do believe. Like that, the part with the what's it called? That element.
Element,
119 or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
something weird, yeah.
And he took it home, and I don't know if I believe that part.
I don't know I don't know if he has it or not, but the supposed report is he keeps getting raided by the FBI.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, that's like kind of another thing. Like, I can't really verify if that's true or not, or at least
Yeah.
as far as I know, I have no way of proving that.
Yeah.
Right.
But if he
yeah.
keeps getting raided by the FBI, that is a little weird.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Unless
No,
we find out he's actually like trafficking children.
Yeah.
Yeah, old Bob Lazar.
I do
You want to see
believe.
a UFO, Timmy?
I do believe he saw something. I do. I don't
He's
know
just
how
going-
much.
He's just going a little overboard.
Maybe
trying to
maybe
get people.
everything he's saying is true. Maybe nothing he's saying is true. But I feel like he saw something. Just the way he describes how the propulsion system would work, and the way that checks out with those Navy videos is insane to me.
Again, maybe he wasn't even a janitor. Maybe he could have been a low-level person. Like,
Yeah.
he does,
Yeah.
when you hear him speak, he does sound knowledgeable about
Yeah.
Right.
physics.
Well, he really was
he built a car, right? That was
Yeah.
like his big thing. He
Oh,
built a
yeah,
speed
that's
car.
he
or
was
right.
something.
he's
Rocket
a
car.
legit scientist. So I don't know the idea of them hiring him as a janitor.
Yeah.
That's what I said,
Unless
maybe
he
not
wanted
janitor,
to just
maybe
get
he
his
could've just been,
foot
like,
in the door or something.
Yeah,
But
I doubt that though.
no,
That's what I
if
said,
they
maybe not
hired him,
janitor,
they
it could've
wanted
just
him
been like
in
a
there.
low-level tech, or it's just
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
basic engineer or something.
Yeah, he's handling all the alien semen.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
He's extracting it like you extract from a horse.
Yeah, he's just out there doing the insemination gig, dude.
Doing God's
Just-
work right there.
Yeah. The alien God's work.
The Lord gives everybody a purpose.
But yeah, I can definitely see him just like trying to go too far because people aren't believing
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
And I wonder if there is a way if you can check if he's been raided that many times. There has to be a way, right?
You would think something like that should be on public record, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Who
Who the
knows?
fuck knows? So is
Yeah,
it,
and we probably won't look after this either.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, isn't that the whole thing? Is like his like on public record, he was supposed to attend MIT, but like you can't find the record of it. But you can find him in like a class. You can find his name in like a certain class book or something.
Something
Yeah,
like
it's part of
that,
his lore.
yeah.
Like they erased his.
Yeah,
whole-
like
Yeah.
yeah. They gave him the old burn notice, dude. Just fucking
Yeah.
tried erasing him off Earth.
I don't know.
It is crazy though. I was watching something on the CIA today, just like some of the things they've done and shit.
You ever
And,
listen to the
it's just so
CIA tapes?
crazy.
Like the mind tapes or whatever.
I don't think so. No.
Like whatchamacallit? What's the program called?
I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on it. I love this.
Yeah.
This is like one of my favorite conspiracy theories to
Yeah.
talk about.
The program. He sounds like
They drugged
my-
everyone with
my
acid and tried to
grandpa.
get everybody like
Oh.
They were
psychedelic.
testing- yeah,
or,
they were
oh
testing-
that
what the fuck is
with
that
the
called?
acid or whatever.
Project
Um,
Stargate. Is it Stargate?
Stargate is
No. I don't know why I'm fucking blanking on it now.
We
Oh,
are-
MK Ultra. MK
MK
Ultra.
Ultra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just dosing everybody, dude.
Yeah.
And the whole thing with Manson.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that's what they did to Saran to get him to kill Bobby Kennedy.
I'm pretty sure those tactics, let's say, were used. I don't think the CIA is involved in them at all, but I think those tactics were what made the Grateful Dead the Grateful Dead. Yeah, because it's reported that like Bill Kreutzmann and their main lyricist Robert Hunter were a part of the trials. Like they had been dosed with acid by the CIA.
Yeah.
And what they do, they kind of came around and did basically what Manson did, just in a fun way.
Yeah.
I mean, they created a mass horde of hippies following them
Yeah.
for the drug that mind controlled everybody. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think the CIA had anything to do with it, but I think they just are now like, we're the cause. Like, they were the root cause.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I believe that they were testing shit like that because knowing what we know now about like acid and stuff, you could
Yeah.
absolutely brainwash somebody with.
Well, it's very public that MK Ultra like did happen now
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah.
You know, so like you know that they were fucking doing shit, but the Manson stuff is pretty fucking wild.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I believe that fully, but I do think that I don't believe the Helter Skelter for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I forget what that book was called. I don't know if I believe everything in that book. I think there's some things that are maybe misunderstood.
So
I think it was maybe a lot more just cleanup, not necessarily
Yeah.
actively trying to get them to do something. I think there was just more.
What's
We
An
fucked
the
up.
experiment in general, and they took it a dark route. Maybe
what's the story with Manson? I don't know.
they got him out of jail a bunch of times.
If I remember, and I'm probably butchering this because I read when that book came out. I can't remember exactly, but essentially the idea is that like they did the whole thing with him. He was an informant for the FBI, and then the CIA took hold of him, did all the acid tests for MK Ultra, and then just let him go. They let him see what they were just tracking him, seeing what was going
Yeah.
on. But like I don't really think that was the case. I don't know if they were tracking him as much as they just were like, we did something we need to clean up.
We fucked up.
I think that was more so. I think someone was like, we created a monster. We need to clean this up and make sure we're clear of it.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure, like before it escalated to whatever, they got him out of. He went to jail a few times.
Oh, yeah,
they
they-
got him out.
But I think that was the FBI that kept getting him
Or
out.
maybe
So I think
FBI,
I think
yeah.
he was an informant. I think they kept like releasing him because he was getting caught for like small petty shit, and then he had like one or two major crimes and he still never got arrested. He
Yeah.
was like never detained more than 4 hours or something like that. It is wild, and like I mean, fuck, he's not the only one. Like the Unabomber is said to have been part of the MK Ultra trials. Like
Oh man,
decent amount, like
crazy ass people.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
The
can
guy
see
who ate
that.
bath salts in Florida and tried chewing that guy's face off.
Oh, I
that doesn't
remember
get talked
that.
about enough. That doesn't. I feel like that just got swept under the rug by everybody.
Yeah.
The mini zombie outbreak we
Yeah,
had.
everyone thought we were having zombies for a year, and then just quickly, just no more.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, you're right. He was just a crazy drug addict.
So what do you guys think was the paradox moment for life going to shit? I hate it. I hate the
The
fact
day
that
I
I say
was
this, but I feel like it was
born.
Harambe dying.
No.
What?
I feel like it was Harambe dying. I swear to God. I feel like
Yeah.
that fucking ape died, and then all of a sudden, dude.
We all pulled our dicks out and dicks
Dude.
out for Harambe.
Yeah.
Dude, like, I feel like just slowly, it's been like a downhill slope since. Like, dude, it's wild.
As soon as they turned CERN on, dude, life got. The Bernstein Bears were the Bernstein Bears, is all I know. No.
Sinbad was a genie, damn it.
I do love the Mandela effect. That's
I heard
fun
a
one.
new one. I heard a new Mandela effect
Let's
just
hear it.
dropped.
I did see
Did you
something.
see that?
What is it?
Tinkerbell never dotted the I in the Disney Channel logo.
That's a lie.
I don't know.
That's
I
a
don't think she
lie.
did do the eye. I thought she just bapped her one. I didn't think it was ever the eye.
So most of them, I don't think she did, but somebody has footage of her doing it.
Is it the eye for sure though?
Yeah.
Because I am picturing her doing the boop. I didn't think it was the eye. I thought she just like did it over the Disney. Scene.
Yeah,
Different
the one
timeline.
the one where she actually did the eye was it looked older, and maybe it was like just a one-time thing on some show or something. It wasn't the regular intro. But I remember her dotting the I, dude.
Yeah.
You already alluded to it, but I love the Sinbad one because
Yeah.
I always am seeing pictures of it. I'm like, this had to have been real.
It was, dude. It was.
I remember standing in Westgate Cinemas and looking at the poster, bro.
Has he ever commented on it? Has Sinbad himself ever like talked about it?
Yeah, he actually did a skit with College Humor.
Oh,
Where
I think I do.
They
remember
made
that.
the trailer for Kazam.
So
That's
funny.
fucking
Yeah.
what's up.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Sinbad's a cool guy. It seems
He
like.
is. Yeah.
I saw him do like a special like a couple years ago in Detroit.
Yeah.
Well after
Oh,
they
yeah?
went bankrupt as a city.
Yeah.
And then that was the last time I heard of Sinbad since like 1994. I swear to
How
God.
was How was his set?
I don't remember. It was it was like one of those things like late night on like
Yeah.
Comedy Central, like
Oh,
right
okay.
before they did the
Yeah.
Girls Gone Wild stuff.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. That used to be my favorite time.
Yeah, dude. That like that was like 2 hours beforehand were like nap time for me. Then I'd wake up for the Girls Gone Wild and then go back to sleep.
Yeah.
That guy ended up in so much trouble, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he's
Exploited.
currently in like dealing with all the court stuff. I don't know if he's like
Yeah.
fully convicted of anything yet.
Who?
The guy who made like Girls Gone Wild and shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Exploiting women.
I know he's like dealing with lawsuits. I don't know if anything's like
Yeah.
gone through yet though or not.
I just want to, for the public, I liked the commercials when I was younger. I'm sorry. I'm a different man now.
I
and
hear
he
those
should
Jamaican
be.
drums, and I
Yeah.
just get riled up.
Yeah.
I'll look you guys dead in the face and say I'm not sorry. That's fun.
I mean, I'm not sorry, but like, he's a bad guy. And yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a bad guy.
Yeah. Those
But he made
commercials
me a
were
happy
pretty-
kid.
Yeah. Those commercials were great. I'm like, all right. Time to stroke one out. Just crank one.
Yeah, I'll never forget the one time they had the South Park movie on. Bigger, longer, and it was uncut. You've
Yeah.
seen some titties on Comedy Central.
Hell
And
yeah.
I jerked off to them.
Yeah. Just hit pause if you can.
The South Park titties? Fuck yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You can just draw those, dude. Just draw two circles, bro. Just nut on some paper.
Barry, yeah, I'll take this extra step. I'll make cardboard cutouts.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah, it'd be a little bit more 3D. Yeah, that'll add to it, I think.
You could really spice it up by watching Team America. Jerking
Yeah,
off
dude.
to the sex
The
scene.
sex scene? Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I only come when he throws up.
I only come when he blows his boss at the end.
That's that's. I forgot about that. That's such a funny. You know what you have to do.
I love that movie.
But what's that joke early in the beginning? He's like, I'll do anything as long as it's not sucking your dick. And
Yeah.
then he's like, you know what you have to do. All of a sudden, he's just sucking his dick.
Yo, that movie. I feel like I try to watch it every July, and I did not this past July. Actually,
My favorite thing about that movie isn't even the movie. It's them interviewing Matt Damon because he's like good friends. He's like good friends with him. He's like, they're like, hey,
Matt
like,
Damon?
yeah, like, hey, so like, what'd you think of your friends Matt and Trey doing the impression of you on Team America? And he's like, yeah, that was some impression. He's like, he like didn't know how to respond to it because it's just him saying Matt Damon.
that's so funny though. Especially if you're friends, just to be able to like that mainstream fucking fuck with
Yeah.
them, dude, is hilarious.
Well, that's what, like, I'm not a big commercial guy. I actually hate the Super Bowl for commercials.
Yeah.
But the commercial with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, where it's clearly just Ben Affleck fucking with Matt Damon, it had me great because I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, I don't. They're just like making fun of the fact that they're actors with the Duncan, and just Matt Damon looks so fucking miserable through all of it.
That's hilarious. He's like, dude, I just want to go make the next Bourne Identity movie.
Yeah.
And fucking the Bourne Legacy, Supremacy.
You know, I love spy movies. Never watched the Bourne movies.
I actually don't mind the Bourne movies.
I have them. Like I own the at least the first 3.
Yeah.
Just never sat down and watched them.
Do you know what videos I always loved were the Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne, where they would put that after, like, I don't know, something goofy.
I don't know if I know what you're talking about, but that's hilarious. Jesus Christ, that's
Might
Jason
have-
Bourne.
yeah.
Oh, after
Like a
different
big
movie or
guy
something?
with a samurai sword practicing in his backyard or something, and then it cuts to Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne. I fucking every time I saw one of those videos, I lose it.
That's so funny, dude.
That's fucking awesome.
Oh man, yeah. I recently watched the Equalizer movies.
I only seen the first one. I like the first one, but kind of like how I felt about the John Wick movies. I feel like I don't need to see the other ones.
I watched all the John Wicks too, man. I'm a Keanu fan though, dude. I've been with him since Bill and Ted, bro. Just fucking.
He is my favorite bad actor. I say that because like I love his movies, but I think he's just such a bad actor. And if you need an example, look at Point Break. Dude, when he's screaming at
He was a bad
Patrick Swayze-
actor when he was younger, I would say.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like it hasn't changed, and I love his movies. I like have much respect for him as an actor, but dude, like again, look at
Yeah.
Point Break, mid career at the like peak of it.
Yeah.
He just screams at Patrick Swayze, "I am an FBI agent." You're gonna tell me that's good acting?
I mean, given the circumstances, maybe Seth. Yeah. Fuck, dude. I love Keanu.
No,
man.
again, dude, I do love his movies. There hasn't been
You just-
like he's in one of my favorite hockey movies, Youngblood.
You killed the whole mood, man. No, I'm just.
He actually has one of the funniest lines in Youngblood too. The main character, Rob Lowe, is banging like the lady housing him.
Yeah.
And 2 of the players are watching. One of them's Keanu Reeves. And he's like, the one guy's like, "Oh, I had her last week," and Keanu Reeves is like, "Oh, I had her last night."
I have to pee. Do you just want to wrap it up, or do you have anything? Oh, show next month. Anything else
I
you
was
want to
gonna
plug,
say, I
dude?
guess in general, when's this coming out?
Sunday night.
Oh, okay.
Not this Sunday. Or what's today? Yeah.
In 2 days.
So it would
Or
be this
3
Sunday.
days. Huh?
Oh
It
yeah.
would be this Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, then.
yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure if I could plug the other ones or not. I got a show coming up at Corner Cafe at 8 p.m. on August 9th. A show at P-Town Bar August 11th at 11 p.m. And then Blake and I have a show here at Casey's on September 8th at 8 p.m.
Yeah. I love Casey's.
Dude, Casey's awesome this week.
Yeah.
Past weekend was awesome. I
Yeah,
seriously
it was
like it. It got me so pumped with how packed it was.
Yeah, that's like one of the most I've ever seen it packed, I think.
Dude, between he brought probably half them.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
random couple walked in. They were actually a really good couple too. I'm not gonna lie, they looked like they were gonna be a little rough.
Yeah.
They were awesome.
Yeah.
It was
Everybody
nice to have
having
a
fun.
special pop in from Tracy Jane too. That was
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Tracy's awesome.
Yeah, I don't see her enough, so I was really
the
excited
only
when she
place
walked
I
in.
ever see her is Casey's.
I've seen her. I think one other place. I can't remember if it was Scarps or St. Clair's, but I definitely
You know
seen her.
what?
at
I
one
think
other
I
place.
did see her at St. Clair's before. Or maybe it was Scarps.
But it's always such a treat when I see her because it's
Yeah.
just so few far between. So like, when she popped in, I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
It was just a great crowd.
Yeah, that was a fun night for sure. I got them ass pictures of Brother Queen here.
Yeah.
That donk.
Were you with me whenever I got those 2 guys coming in? I was like, "Hey, dude, there's stand-up comedy in there." And they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, "Okay." I was like, "But there's stand-up comedy," and they're like, "All right, fine, we'll go
Yeah,
check
yeah,
it
we'll
out."
go check it out. And then they hung out.
Well, because they knew Same, they ended up knowing
Oh,
Same,
yeah,
so they're like,
yeah.
"Oh, we'll stick around for you." And I
Yeah.
put him on like
Yeah.
very last.
He's gonna watch this and be like, "What the fuck?" We want to have Sam on.
Well, the same kept being like, "Oh, like, can you put me near the end?" Because he was waiting for like 2 other people to show up.
Okay.
So he kept being like, "Oh, can you put me on near the end?" I was like, "Yeah, dude, this is perfect. I'll keep them longer too."
Sam is funny as fuck. I always have fun talking to him.
Oh yeah, dude, he's an enjoyable dude. I feel like that, like the little group of new comics kind of like forming together. I think we're all a good little fun group.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm ready. A bunch of people are gone. I'm ready to have fucking Julian and fucking. Oh, well, Bencart's back, but he didn't come out, or maybe he went out tonight. I don't know. But like, yeah, I missed that whole group too. Haas has been gone.
I'm very jealous of them. I wanted to go on that trip
Yeah,
to Texas so badly. I would love to just plan a trip with them.
Yeah.
Because I know like Cantu has done it a couple times now, and I know Bancart's gone up to New York and stuff.
Well,
I just feel like the timing keeps not lining up.
Me and Ian, how do you say it? Housel?
I think so. Yeah.
Talking about it too.
Oh really?
So yeah, in a few months.
Oh fuck yeah! Just keep me updated on. I guess we'll talk after to get details because
Yeah,
I definitely would like to try and get down there or
Yeah.
up there, whichever one you go to.
Well, what New York is this month, but they're gonna be in New York. Kill Tony.
Oh really?
Yeah. The 9th and 10th.
Oh okay.
But I want to go to Austin so bad at this point. After seeing everybody's stories, and I'm like, oh my god, it looks so much fun down there.
Yeah.
I think Austin looks awesome for the sense that there's just so many. It's like obviously the hottest spot right now in the volume.
Yeah.
However, there's something about me that's like New York is like the comic spot. Like that is like
Yeah.
Yeah.
true, like
Traditional.
I was gonna say like I've always liked that like traditional New York style comedy. So,
Yeah.
like, in my mind, like that's always the place I wanted to get to
Yeah.
with comedy.
I don't want to live in New York though.
I don't want to live in Texas either. If I'm being honest, neither sound fun. I'll guarantee you, New York would be miserable.
Austin, I feel like, even though it's crowded right now, is like a medium city, which is what I like. I prefer I don't want it to be small, but I don't want it to be like, I don't want to live in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but it's hard as
don't
fuck.
wanna live
They
in
don't
New
have
York.
weed. Or they don't have any legal weed.
They don't have porn.
I forgot about that. That is a true tragedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
actually, supported 100% because too many
Yeah.
kids are watching porn. But at the same point,
They got to learn. Their parents aren't teaching them.
yeah, I was gonna say that's not another thing that they should be restricting. That should be on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
parents
no.
for letting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I don't think I'd mind Texas too much. I like the heat for one.
Oh, see, I hate the heat.
Yeah.
They're like more of a humid heat, aren't they? Or are they dry heat?
I don't know.
I guess they're more
it's
like desert
humid
or
down
something.
there.
Yeah. But I lived
Pretty
in South
humid, yeah.
Florida, so
Yeah, see,
And I
I
loved
definitely
it.
couldn't live in Florida.
yeah. I would
Yeah,
drink
you're right by the
hot
Gulf.
coffee underneath the hot sun in the morning, dude, and just sweat.
That
and
sounds
drink coffee.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Dude,
Do crossword puzzles.
Getting off the plane in Texas is exactly like getting off the plane in Florida, where you just
smacks you.
Yeah.
ew.
You just walk out and feel like you're
Blast.
walking into a swimming pool.
Yeah, it just blasts you, dude.
Yeah, see, like, nothing about that sounds appealing to me. And, like, I'm a miserable person in the heat. I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't handle heat well. I become an asshole. Become, like, a
Yeah.
little bit of a bitch, honestly.
I
And-
hate the cold.
I see, dude, I love the cold. I played hockey all my life, dude. I was in an ice rink every day pretty much since the time I was, like, 5 and on. For the longest time, I was actually better scared than I was runner. It
Yeah.
was embarrassingly funny.
That's
But-
hilarious, dude.
Dude, I hate everything in my
Can't
body.
even run.
My uncle lives in
Skating.
Florida, and I want to hear your thoughts on this. Like, he's basically like what you guys call summer is our winter because we can't go outside. That's how hot it is. And I'm like, that sounds gross. That doesn't sound fun.
I did, though.
Yeah.
I did go out. I went to the beach. I was longboarding, dude.
I will say the last time I was in Florida in 21, I did enjoy it. It was a beach trip, but I don't think I could still live there. I think that'd be too much for me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I was
I
like the
don't
first
like
time I
it.
went to the beach, I was like, okay, I see why the beach is enjoyable.
Yeah. Except for when you get sand in your buns. As SpongeBob would say. All right. Let's wrap her up.
Well, thank you guys for having me.
Thanks for coming,
Thanks for
man.
coming on, man. Yeah. Racing up here after the roast battle.
Dude, it was fun. It's a fun drive too. Honestly, I was like pumping myself up the whole way coming here.
Yeah.
Listening to like dad rock, like Iron Maiden and shit.
Dad rock. I don't even listen to that, dude. All right. Bye, everybody. I love you.
Stepping on the gas, no brake light. I got a big dream and I aim high. Take a risk every time I play dice. I shake 'em up and it's snake eyes. I'm the same guy on the same grind.